One of the very first craft brews that I ever remember drinking was a Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. So for today's brew, I thought I would get back to my roots and I would brew one of the first craft beers that I've ever drank. We're making a Pale Ale! For the Pale Ale recipe that I wanted to build, I didn't want it to be an exact replica of a Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. If you're looking to brew a Sierra Nevada Pale Ale, they do have their recipe. They posted it on their website. It's just 2-row, caramel 60, and Cascade hops all the way through. So for mine, I wanted to have a little bit of a twist and try my hand at maybe some pairings, some malt pairings and some hop pairings. So for my Pale Ale, I'm going to go with 80% 2-row, 10% Vienna Malt, 5% Crystal 40, and 5% Victory Malt. It's a brew day. I usually brew early in the morning, so which means I'm not drinking beer when I'm brewing, I'm drinking coffee. It's time to go put some on. Coffee's made, mash is in. For this one, I'm going to do 152 for the mash temperature. And I say about an hour. I usually will come back and stir it about every 15 minutes. And starting around 30 minutes, I'll take refractometer readings. And once I hit my starting gravity or my pre-boil gravity, then I just pull the bag. So for this pre-boil gravity, we're looking for about a 1037. So I'm going to pull my bag. And last time I tried to do a step mash, I think my bag was kind of sitting on the bottom of the kettle. It smelled like something was burning. So what I've done is I have my little pulley system hooked up here for my brew in a bag. I've pulled the bag so that it's off the bottom of the kettle, and I'm going to bring it up to 168 for a mash out. And then I'll pull my bag completely, let it drain while the burner's on, bring it up to a boil, and we'll go from there. I'll go over the boil additions with you. So they might seem a little bit random. I had some hops, some hops kind of laying around that I just kind of wanted to get rid of. One of them was Magnum. I had a 1/4 ounce of Magnum. So I threw a 1/4 ounce of Magnum in at 60 minutes with a 1/2 ounce of Warrior. And then at 20 minutes, I have about a 1/2 ounce of Fuggles left over. So I'm throwing in at 20 minutes, a 1/2 ounce of Fuggles. And then at like 2 minutes, I usually, like a flame out addition, but I like to have them boil for a little bit. So around 2 minutes, I'll throw in 1 ounce of Centennial and 1 ounce of Cascade. For the yeast on this one, I use Safale US-05. I just used 1 packet of it. I did rehydrate it about 20 minutes before pitching it, just to kind of wake it up. I brought my wort down to around 70 degrees and pitched at that temp, and I've got it in my chest freezer set at 66 degrees, so I'll ferment there until it's done, and then I'll be back and we'll go over how this one tastes. All right, so here it is, Pale Ale. This came out really good. So we are at day 14. It's been in a keg for 4 days. So I don't know if you can see that. It has cleared up nicely. It is definitely a pale golden color. Don't know how well you guys can see it. It is clearing up nicely. I did add gelatin to the keg. So foam is holding up okay. It's been here for a few minutes sitting here. So let's get to this. Little disclaimer here as well too. This is not the first time that I've tasted this, so I do know what it tastes like. I'm just going to try to explain it to you guys what I get off of it. So I'm going to go in for this. Go in for the aroma. It's very clean. There is some hop aroma in there, maybe a little fruity, and floral. Maybe that's the Fuggles. Smells clean. You know, I'm really actually liking the way this one tastes, so let's go in for the taste. It is clean. It is floral with a good amount of bitterness. The malt, I used the Caramel 40 and the Victory malt, so I almost get like a little bready, toasty flavor on the back, which is really nice. So I do like to kind of compare my beers with other beers. You can see I'm representing Sierra Nevada today because, you know, the first craft beer that I ever drank was a Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. And I did actually pick up some Pale Ales for this. And what I noticed about the Pale Ale is just how clean it is. It is so clean, very drinkable. I know why a lot of people go to that beer as their like go-to beer. And I wasn't looking to make a clone of that. I think I did a good job. I think this fits the bill for a Pale Ale. It has got more bitterness than a Sierra Nevada. And it's got like this like really nice floral hop bitterness, maybe a little bit of pininess in there. I don't get a ton of fruit, maybe a little bit of citrus. Maybe a little bit of citrus on the back end, like almost lemony. Yeah. And then I get this nice like bready taste. It's really good. I really do enjoy this. It's clean. It came out very well. I don't exactly know what I would do different next time for this one. I kind of like it as is. Maybe try something other than Crystal 40 in there. You know, try to get a different type of malt in there to try to taste that. But I really do like the way this one came out. So hopefully the recipe will be down in the description below. Give it a shot. If you let me know if you brew it. You let me know how it tastes in the comments. Yeah, until the next brew day, I'm gonna go enjoy the rest of this one out in the backyard, soak up the last little bit of California sunshine that's out there right now. Until the next brew day. Cheers.